No scraping. You know, that's the hardest set that you'll have to give. You know, next week will be easy compared to that. Between having to give to me and your mom standing there and you're going, oh crap, this isn't going the way I want it to go. But, you know, the thing that I really respect and admire is that you pressed yourself through it. There at the end, I could tell, you know, you were to the frustration point, like, so I know that's not what you're capable of, and that's not how you'll do next week. But, so, put that out of your mind, all right? You know, that part, you know, that's over, that's done, that won't happen to you next week. I know better than that. So let me tell you about the things that I think are really good. Yeah, I think you've got a super voice. I think that you're great to listen to. You sound very confident. You're very pleasant. The tone is really good. You've got fantastic eye contact until the end of it there, you know. And you've got lovely eyes. You've got a great expression. You know, you've got so many things going for you there. I think your terminology overall is really good. You know, that's all good. So here's some minor suggestions. I think you're a smidge close. You know, it's not like you're ugly and smell bad or anything like that. I just think you're a little bit in my bubble. And that's where I would have you. You know, I think if you were to lay down, that's a body's lean. And that's where I would have you. Okay? And as a result of that, then I think that you could be just a smidge stronger. You know, as close as you were, I wouldn't want you to be any stronger, but I think that's a better distance to be on. And I like to use the word stronger rather than louder. Because stronger means that you're projecting. Louder might mean that your voice does funny things like that. You know, and you've got a great intermediate tone, and you don't want to lose that. Okay? And your emphasis is good. You're projecting right, all that kind of thing. That's good. Okay. So here's some really, really subtle things. You take it easy. Okay. There you go. There you go. Is your facial expression? I think you're always serious.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're very professional and very businesslike, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I've seen you. You have a lovely smile, you know, and you're one
Lisa's been trying to get me to smile more and more recently.
And you're one that you can talk and smile, you know, and not look cheesy at it. And then what you were doing right there, how you were nodding. So in your advantage boxes, 1, 4, 7, you know, I think that you can do some of that, you know. And it's kind of tricky, and our kids work on it a lot, of going from, you kind of have a little bit of a scowl in some of your criticism, I don't know what you're doing with your face, but, you know, I'm going, that's criticism. But when you go to the next pair, you need to brighten your eyes. You got beautiful eyes, you got a lovely smile. Use that in a constructive way of going, okay, we're going to be positive now. As opposed to you're still just kind of, it's almost apologetic.
Yeah.
You follow? You know? So if you need to nod your head just a little bit, you obviously do that naturally.
Yeah.
You know? And you don't want to be...
Sometimes I do it too much in my
Well, yeah, you don't want to be distracting. But, you know, you can talk and show your teeth in a positive way. It doesn't have to be anything cheesy, but again, you've got a great smile and you've got wonderful eyes and all that. So use that to your advantage. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So, from a presentation standpoint, those are the things that I would say. I visited with your mom.
Yeah, I was going to say, explain
and,
what you were talking to me
about. This
about.
is one of those kinds of discussions that whatever you guys decide is, you know, coaching the team, that's what you got to decide. Is that your formatting is a little bit different than I think that they are accustomed to down south.
That's what Lauren was saying too.
And I had that conversation with Lauren. I'm not telling you to change. I'm just telling you that I think you could potentially confuse them because they're not, you know, they're going, where are you in your set? Because you go from box 1 to box 2, kind of normal, and then box 3, which would be kind of a criticism box. You're doing back to the top horse, you're flipping back. And so I think that's pretty confusing, and you don't see that done hardly at all in the horse world. Maybe in the livestock world, they do some of that, but hardly ever in the horse world. And down there, they don't hardly ever use box 3, period. You know, even for criticism. They tend to not criticize in box 3, and they tend to not criticize in box 6. You follow me?
Yeah.
So they tend not to criticize their second place horse or their third place horse. They tend to not do that. But I think they could follow that if you did want to criticize them, but I think you'd lose them by going back and doing another advantage statement in that box. I would tell you, I would just say keep it simple and just do your advantage statements, do your grants. If you want to criticize, fine. If not, skip it and go to your next pair. That would be, but that's not my call. That's y'all's call. But that's just my observation on the comment about that I think that y'all need to evaluate. Does that make sense?